Hey guys, it's Prayer. Basically want to make a video today showing my writing process. I've only done it for about a week, but it seems to produce have has produced the best work that I've made so far. Um, I've made about 4 or 5 scripts before, um, mainly just for YouTube. Only one of them really made it onto YouTube, which was the Mount Dandenong script. And yeah, but let's show you what I got. So I write on two things. I got these cards here. They're very small, and then these bigger ones that Robert McKee suggests you use. Um, and so basically, these are anything from like just small scene ideas, dot points. What else? Storyboards. You know, and I chuck a lot of these out. But it's just to get all my ideas out is onto these, and then when I want to work on like a bigger, and I'm not sure if I'll still use these, but a bigger, like I want to test out a scene idea and actually flesh it out. This is what I use. Um, but I've also been, I spent about 4 days constructing this first scene. I went about through 10 or 15 ideas of just how to start the show, and it started off of basically a guy leaving his house with a backpack and just exploring the world, into uh, a guy going into a tarot reading, and the uh, tarot reader is basically like the wise old man. It's an archetype, or you know, leads him on his way and tells him to go into the mountains to find his father. Um, yeah, and so I basically that took me a while to come up with, and so I wrote here just a really simple outline of how it works. It's literally just my first write through, so it's not amazing, but basically here it's like explaining what the shop looks like, and then he walks in and it's like a curtain of beads, jewels, uh, fairy lights. I wanted to. There's a scene in Birdman. I'll show you. Birdman light scene. I wanted to combine this scene. It's a beautiful scene where he walks through that, and forgot the other name of the movie, but I just wanted like a scene like that where he's just walking through sort of like a portal. And so yeah, and then I'll explain the rest of it. Then woman asks his name. I don't know anything about tarot, so I bought a book on that recently, and I'm going to read through that, and then I'm going to and maybe read some other books if it doesn't explain everything. Read through that, and then remake this. And then she tells him to go to the forest to find, and he's like, I don't want to go to the forest. That's when my father died. And then she says, I'll go find him or something. And so really what I wanted to be is, I want the forest to be like the unconscious, the unknown, and he goes into there and he fights with it. And really it's basically to find his father is an example of to find the hero archetype within. But I need to research more on archetypes. But basically what he's doing is he's going in, he's facing whatever monsters come up, basically, and through defeating them he gains confidence. All his flaws are like taken out one by one, and but I want it to be like a sort of dreamlike sequence. So I want it to be like the first act, he gets to the top of the mountain, but he's like so tired, he's out of food, out of water. He's on like the verge of, if he does this for another day, he's gonna die. And then then he get saved by these like random hippies dancing in a forest, and then those hippies make him recover, and then give him some stuff, and then he goes down this tunnel that leads to the center of the earth, and then he goes into this like random different universe type thing. So that's my thoughts. I wonder if that's what I drew. I'm not a good drawer, but that's what I drew for the shop. And this is like him wandering. As I said, I want to be like dreamlike, so he might find like a random farm or something like that in there. This is like the hippies dancing in the forest. Dreamlike, maybe goes to like the bed of where you go into the dream world, and you have to go in and you go into like the death realm, like I was reading Joseph Campbell, his book, and he talks about the shamanic rituals and how basically what it did was the shaman did all this ritual, and the shaman would leave his body in his spirit form and go into the death form, and then have to confront and fight with death and ask him like how what is it, like what's the illness that this random person has, and then death would tell him, and then you have to trek back, and he could die in the process, stuff like that. This is roaming through the city, but I wanted like a really nice shot where you should see all the city. But yeah, that's my ideas for now. I'm not sure how long this script is going to take. Probably a few years, unless I really dumb it down. Reason being is, I'm talking about a lot of ideas I don't really know too much about. I want to discover them. And there's this idea that I thought about Alejandro Jodorowsky, of how his life is just as interesting as his stories. So I want my life to be just as interesting as those stories. So I've been trying a lot of different stuff out. Just been exploring. I'll get into more detail on that later. But yeah, been trying out a lot of different stuff. Like I want to go on like a week-long trek just out of my backpack. Maybe quit my job and go on like a 5-month trek out of my backpack. I want to climb a skyscraper a crane without any safety equipment. I want to get in a fight, stuff like that. But that's for later. But thanks for watching. If you guys have your own writing style, please leave it in the comments below. I'd love to connect with some of you. And thanks for watching. Peace.